Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. This is BlackMercury here, bringing you a 22-0 perfection gameplay anniversary Team Snipers on Headlong. And I'm sorry I haven't posted in a week, guys. I take a little hiatus from gaming and YouTube in general, hang out with friends and family over the break. And I am back for the time being, and I'm glad to be here. And I am bringing you what is probably the most important commentary I will ever post on my channel. This is a Halo 4 PSA to Jessica Shea, who is the 343 Community Director, Frank O'Connor, the Franchise Development Director for 343 Studios, 343 Studios in general, and Machinima. And I know this commentary won't get out, but this needs to be said by someone. And I know Machinima doesn't really fit into the categories at the moment, but trust me, it will go full circle and I will explain everything. Now, when I started this YouTube channel, I didn't start it to make money or to get partnered by anyone, IGN, Machinima Respawn, etc., TGN. I did it to grow the Halo community, to unite the Halo community to what it once was, because Halo community right now is just montage and MLG. And one thing that made the Call of Duty community so big and so popular now is commentators, and they're the glue, they're sticking glue. They bring the community together, and I saw that, and that's what I try to do. I try to bring the community together and tell 343 Studios, what we want as a community, because that's what the Machinima directors, Respawn directors, that's what they're all doing. Yes, they're telling stories and having fun, and you're all liking what they do, but ultimately they're telling Robert Bowling of Infinity Ward and Damon Vonderhaart of Treyarch what they want in their game. And they're telling the people that play the game, the updates and everything that's going on, and how to get chips and tricks better, and so it expands the community there. And that's what we need, because when Bungie came out with Halo Reach, it was a totally new transition away from the gun-on-gun gameplay. And a lot of people now don't like it. A lot of people are going back to Halo 3, including myself, because it's just a lot more balanced, a lot more fun. If I want an unbalanced game, I will go and I will play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where I can one-man army noob all day with Danger Close Pro and get my nuke. That way, really simple. I can go do it if I want an unbalanced game. Now, Halo originally wasn't like that. Armor Lock and all the other armor abilities incorporated in the game made it imbalanced and shifted it to where the community didn't really like it that much. And Jessica Shea, when she took over as the community director for Halo Reach, when 343 Studios kind of took over the reins, she realized that a lot of people didn't really like Bloom and Sprint and all that. So she made a playlist, a TU update into the playlist that it had that. And guess what? It's been a popular success. And they can't take out armor abilities, guys. It's here to stay, because when Bungie put it in, they put it in for the rest of the Halo series, because now they take it out, there'll be a huge riot, more of a riot than Robert Bowling's getting right now on his Twitter. People are saying, fuck you, Robert Bowling, your game's broken, blah, 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 blah. And, while, he's not responsible for that, because he's a community manager and he just relays what the community says to the production team, that's a good sign when people are blowing up your Twitter saying, this is bad, this is good. When YouTubers who make a living off this are telling them what to do, it makes their job a lot easier. And that's what we need to do for Mrs. Shea, Jessica. I'm going to call you Jessica for the rest of this commentary. That's what we need to do for her and for Frank O'Connor, the Franchise Development Director. We need to do this for them. And the easiest way to do this is to get big on YouTube and have a big following. And this is where Machinima comes in. Machinima, you need to start sponsoring some YouTubers. You are pretty much Call of Duty's bitch. And I'm sorry to say it, but a lot of people will agree with me. Machinima is run by Call of Duty. 98% of the commentators there are Call of Duty people. CNNers, Hutch, Woody's Gamertag, 402 Thunder, 402, El Presador, X-Jaws. I can go on and on, guys, about all of the Machinima Respawn Premier Machinima directors. They're all Call of Duty. And that's how Robert Bowling and all of them are having an easier time fixing their game, even though it's already too broken to fix it. We can fix Halo before it comes like Call of Duty. And, we can fix the custom classes, which are just making it more of an imbalanced game. We can fix all of this by having a Halo YouTuber. Not necessarily myself. I don't care if it's myself or not. It can be iFamous Films. It could be anyone. I don't care. It could be Mr. Nobody Named. As long as we find a Halo YouTuber that we can all back together to help Jessica, to help Frank O'Connor get to their goal of making Halo the best game they possibly can. And, what they're looking at is the forum and their Twitter. And, a lot of times they won't, they'll get more personal questions and stuff like that. Because I looked at the Twitters, and from what I can see, people really aren't tweeting Halo 4 content at them. From what I could tell, I've only went out there for a split second. I made a Twitter, by the way, guys. I'll put it in the link in the description. You can follow me if you want to. If not, I'm going to start tweeting at Jessica and Frank O'Connor and a lot of other people that are on the development team to try to get the community growing and going. Excuse me. And I'm going to tweet at Machinima too, and all the other Respawn directors to see what they have to say, because we need to take a stand, guys. If not, we're going to be buried. Gears of War is going to overtake us. Gears of War is starting to overtake the Halo community, guys. We need to start kicking into gear. And we're losing a lot of fan base to Call of Duty. And yes, there's loyal Halo players that hate Call of Duty. There's everyone that hates Call of Duty. And I'm sorry I'm laying this so much to Call of Duty, but as you see, guys, Call of Duty has become like the thing to be. And that's why I think 343 Studios is changing it so much, because they saw the success that custom classes did, that all this thing is, and they're what I'm going to call Call of Duty-izing themselves. They're changing the way Halo is. Halo 4, from what I can see, isn't Halo anymore. It's more like Call of Duty than Halo. You're playing Call of Duty in a Halo setting, from what I can tell. Perks are the armor abilities, and the gun you pick is the gun you pick. Who knows? Maybe you start off with a sniper and a shotgun as your custom class with armor lock. Ooh, that can be fun. I don't know if all this is confirmed or fixed into the game for sure, but this is what I have heard so far. And correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, or any of you guys who hear this. And we just need. I'm sick and tired of sitting back and having nothing done. There are a lot of Halo commentators probably out there who are hoping for the same thing I am, to fix the community, or not fix the community, to expand the Halo community, to have more than 500 subs. I don't think I found one Halo YouTuber that's not a community run channel that has more than about 400 subs. I know 2 channels that have Halo content that are bigger than 1,500 or bigger than 1,000, and that's Effie Walshy for the win, not the MLG player, but a community channel. I think that channel has about 100,000, maybe a little more. And Halo Zone, which has I think around 1,400 at the time I'm commentating this. And besides for those 2 community channels, I don't think there's a Halo commentator out there or a Halo channel that has more than 400 subs. And I've been looking for a while, guys. I'm not just starting this right now. I've been looking for Halo commentators forever and ever and ever. And I made a commentary a long time ago about where's the Halo community, and I'll put it in the link description below too. You guys can go watch that. And I talk about the same thing here. And 5 months later, it's still relevant, and we have nothing to show. And we need to help 343 Studios fix their game. With no beta and no anything, they're going in the wrong direction. They're going away from what Halo truly is, and that is I don't want to say futuristic, but it's a fun, balanced shooter that if you win, if you beat a guy, it's because you're better than him or because his shield's already lower. But that means someone else almost beat him too. But you guys hopefully are getting the point I'm trying to nail into your heads, and that is, Halo is gonna die soon, and a lot of people are talking about it, not just me. A lot of my friends are saying, Max, Call of Duty is the thing of the past now. That, Halo's the thing of the past. Call of Duty is going to take over it. And guess what, guys? Call of Duty and Halo are going to die pretty soon. Their fan bases are getting angry at them, from what I can tell, and a lot of people I know are going back to play Halo 3 and Halo 2. Ever since, I don't know if Bungie wanted to transform the game, or they got mad, they couldn't keep the property rights. I don't know what it is, but bringing in armor abilities, ever since ODST, Bungie and Halo went downhill from there. And I'm not saying that Reach was a bad game by any means. I love Reach and I love everything they did. But overall, if you just took armor abilities out of Halo Reach, Bloom really isn't that bad. Let's think about it, guys. Bloom is nothing to really complain about. Yes, when you go no Bloom and you have DMRs, yeah, and it's weird getting used to it, but you can easily get used to it, guys. And I know all of us don't really need to complain about that. And I know I sound like I'm just complaining and have no backing to this argument, but it's true. And everything about it, I'm just trying to implant into your minds.
1 minute remaining.
And so hopefully one day Halo can be as big as Call of Duty, or maybe it can trump Call of Duty. Be the FPS, be the MLG. People follow MLG again. Put MLG back on top, because it was almost canceled this year, guys. I said that in one of my commentaries, but it was kind of a moot point. We need to fix it. So guys, please, find a Halo commentary you like. Maybe it's me, maybe it's someone else. I don't know. Share this, comment, rate, subscribe to this video. Get it out. Get one person out, and let's make this community grow again. Let's help 343 Studios make a good game. This is a public service announcement to 343 Studios and Machinima to help them, not to bitch at them. And if you guys stuck through this all the way through this commentary and did this, please leave it a like or a comment on what you guys think about it. Guys, it's been Black Mercury. I hope you have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.